Right there, everyone. How's it going? So, back at it again with the podcast. Me and George today. So, first thing I wanted to say, George, how are you feeling about this? This lockdown and this virus and everything. How do you feel about it?
Well, it's not the best thing in the world, is it?
It's a bit.
I'm still at work because my job's one of the essential ones.
Quite annoying, isn't it, really? Because so many people are, classed as
Yes,
non-essential, but then.
yes. So many people are after him, aren't they?
Mhm.
Like, I know you're a trainer, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah,
As well,
yeah. But as I've said before on the podcast, I'm not working at the moment, so.
yeah,
But if
yeah,
I
but
was still at work, because I was working in a hospital, delivering stuff, loads and loads and loads and loads of things around the hospital, constantly, I would have been on every single ward, every single department, while this virus was going
yeah.
about.
But like at my place, there's a lot of older people working there,
They're at risk, aren't they?
and there's only a couple of young ones. So like half the workforce has been off, and I've been there.
I hope your managers appreciate it, man, because it's got to be so annoying. Because spray painters are on £12 an hour. You're an apprentice. You're on like £4 an hour, and
But yeah,
you're still going in and busting your ass. So I've got a lot of respect for that. And you have to take two buses as well.
yeah, two buses there, and two buses back.
4 buses a day,
So,
man. That is just a bloody trek. And I bet you're feeling like you might be feeling a bit worried because there's
oh,
loads.
when I'm wearing a mask and gloves, and I go on the bus.
Yeah, smart move.
So I'm trying to be as careful as I can. Thankfully, there's not been a lot of people on there. Like,
Yeah, because everyone's off
on each
work.
bus
Yeah.
there's about five people, and at the bus station, everything's closed. You can't even look at the timetables
Oh,
because
okay.
they've got the big screens that show when the buses are coming. They've all been turned off,
Oh,
so that makes it even harder to do.
yeah. So barely anyone coming in.
Yeah,
But yeah, fair play to you, man. I hope you gaffers appreciate it, bro, because that is just a massive, massive trek. Is it a lot?
yeah.
Is the workload a lot harder then, as half the workforce are gone, or do you just do your own thing and get on with it?
It is a bit harder, yeah, because like we don't have the manpower like we would normally have.
Yeah. Are the gaffers understanding, or are they just getting on to hurry up and all that shit? Or
I know they do understand. One of them went off the other day
oh, okay,
because I thought somebody in their family had it, so they went and had a week off and came back.
that's quite bad. Like bad for their family. I understand them having a week off.
Yeah, like it. I think this virus is going to last quite a bit of time.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, so because your job is classed as essential, isn't it? Because you said you did.
Yeah,
You said to me earlier, it's food trucks that you do half the time.
yeah, like washings and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. And they've got to get out there to the shops, haven't they? So
Yeah,
I bet there's loads of trucks coming in these dire times, aren't there?
not as many as normal.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I thought because they're going round loads and loads and loads, because all the shops are getting emptied, there'd be more.
No, I think they've just been put away because like not not a lot of people will want to go and take like the trucks to big places where there's a lot of people
Mhm.
and where they could easily catch it
Yeah.
at the moment. So yeah,
Mhm. Um. So have you got any news? I was going to ask. That's it.
I'll have a think. I think I had something. I'll have to double check that news though.
Okay, I'll tell you my news quickly.
Have you got something first, sir?
Yeah. Because on the last one I did with Aaron, we talked a bit about iDubbbz, and I had no idea about the situation. I was quite annoyed, really, and Aaron said, "Oh no, iDubbbz has lost his way, blah 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 blah." And I thought, I said to Aaron on the podcast, I said, "Aaron, you've ruined Boogie for me, man, already. Don't ruin iDubbbz." But but I thought, you know what, he was right about Boogie, but I've got to research this myself. Again, not having to go at Boogie, but he has made some questionable decisions. He still seems like a fairly cool bloke. I'm not trying to slag him off or anything, but as we said before, he's made some questionable decisions, and he's just got to improve himself. But iDubbbz has done nothing to the level of Boogie has, from what I've researched. So all he's done, he hasn't really done anything wrong. I'm not just trying to suck up to him or anything. I can't really understand how this is news. So do you know what OnlyFans is?
Yeah, so I've seen this whole situation like fold out. So I've been watching it.
Yeah. So I'll just say my opinion quickly on it then, as you got an opinion on it. His girlfriend's just putting bikini pictures up to make money. That's all it is. It's just like people paying for Instagram models, from what I've heard.
I was more than bikini photos.
I thought OnlyFans was just like an Instagram model type thing.
Well, it's the nudes and things like that, basically.
Oh, she puts nudes up, does she?
Yeah, nudes.
Okay.
Well, I'll say this now. Somebody who we used to know at school, I won't mention the names or anything, but they do it.
Yeah, I know who you're on about.
Yeah.
Do they make good money?
I'm guessing so. If I'm right, it's like £20 a person.
£20 a person, or do you mean £20 a photo?
There's somebody pays £20.
Oh, to see you. So if like hundreds of people pay, you
make
quite a lot of money.
Basically.
I mean, fair enough. So iDubbbz's girlfriend has put nudes up. A lot of people are saying it's just bikini photos, though.
I don't know. I haven't seen them,
so anyway, iDubbbz. The only issue I have with iDubbbz in this whole situation is that he's actually bothered addressing it, and he acted quite salty and aggro. Like he should have sort of taken the piss out of them like he usually does.
It only takes months to just do a video, but it responded like this, and with the bad answers that he gave, he's not really done himself any help. He's kind of made it a bit worse for himself.
What answers were bad in your opinion then?
Well, I haven't watched the video because I'm not really bothered. iDubbbz, I've never really thought his content was good.
No, George, you was annoyed because he took the mick out of Tana Moju, whatever her name is.
I'm not even a big fan of her.
So I thought you used to love her.
No.
George, I swear you said she was great years ago, man.
Well, she might have been good years ago,
but now you're not bothered.
I'm not a fan of her, I'm not a fan of him.
Why don't? But the iDubbbz content cops were epic, man, and some of his videos with Filthy Frank and H3 were quite funny. He just took.
Well, I've heard about them, and I've heard they're good, but I've never really seen them. And what I could get from it took such a long time, like making the content cops and making them good.
But they're
just rushing this out.
Yeah.
They basically made itself look at an absolute twat in my mind.
Well.
And definitely with what it looks like, with that moustache and that beanie.
So do you think he should have waited? Do you think he should have waited a lot longer than like he usually does to pick apart the trolls instead of just saying?
Yeah, or just leave it because he can't really do anything to stop it, and it's just made it worse on himself. Yeah,
addressing this sort of stuff because I personally didn't know about it. I said to Aaron on the last one, I haven't watched iDubbbz properly for ages, but the ones I have watched, he's hilarious. But I haven't watched him for ages, so because of him addressing this, now everyone knows about it. So he's so annoyed that everyone knows about it. But what he did, makes everyone know about it, you know.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
but that's just me looking at both sides. My personal opinion, I don't, you know, personally, I feel like this isn't a big deal. He shouldn't have made a video, but this isn't a big deal at all. Who cares what his girlfriend does? She's not cheating
No,
on him.
it's not a big deal. It's just people taking the mick out of it.
Yeah. No, he's fine. He's fine with the memes, but he just doesn't like people calling him a simp, I guess. But I don't know. You've just got to ignore some of the
That's a
haters.
meme as well, isn't it? Are you being a bit of a simp?
How though? Because of the way he's responded.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have. I thought you said you haven't watched the responding video.
Well, I've seen clips of it, like on Drama Alert and a few times videos.
Okay. Is PewDiePie a bit annoyed with him?
He kind of took his side on it.
Well, I think.
And then people started taking him out of PewDiePie then when he did that.
Well, if I'm being honest, iDubbbz has done. He shouldn't have given these trolls a time of day. But as you said, and as you and I have just said, it isn't a big problem that his girlfriend's doing this. So.
No, it's a big problem. It just makes him look like a simp.
Not really. I don't think he looks like a simp for that. I think, as I said before, he looks a bit stupid responding to these idiots personally.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think he's a bit stupid doing it.
Have you got any news then?
Yes, I have.
Go on then.
The doctoral community has started a brand new trend. Well, a brand new thing that's going across the entire world. I was telling you about it the other day off the podcast, but basically, what they're doing is, if there's any special event associated to Doctor, they'll watch the episode on it. So yesterday, when we're making this, there was a Rose one, which was basically 50 years since Doctor come back on air, and Rose was the first episode to premiere.
Yeah.
And then there was a Vincent Van Gogh one for his birthday. So people streamed all across the world at the same time. Vincent and the Doctor.
What's coming next then?
It's the 11th hour. Matt Smith's first episode. Because it's been a decade since that aired.
Is he any good in it?
Yes, he's one of the best Doctors, and it's one of the best post-regeneration episodes.
Okay, fair enough.
But I know you're going for the series at the moment.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Mhm.
Where are you?
I was thinking of saving this for the end, but we might as well talk about it now then, the episodes that I watched, because I've only watched a few more. We talked about The Runaway Bride. I watched the one with the rhinos in. So let's talk about that one then. The rhino one was... the rhinos, I don't know, they're sort of... They're just policemen, aren't they? They're just policemen for hire. They're space police, yeah. They're not really good or bad. They're just doing their duty.
Yeah.
I know they kill people.
Well, you'll see, there's a joke that goes on in the doctoral community. When you can't... You only make a Dune episode when you can't get enough people to play Santarans.
Okay.
And you'll see this, Santarans in series 3.
Mhm.
In a two-parter.
Okay.
But that's basically the joke that goes around. If you can't get people to play, small people to play Santarans, then it's got a load of big people to play the Doom.
Okay. What the noise they make, like moto, moto, to, to, and then they make them talk English, which is good.
Yeah, well, it's the voice. Like, I think it's called the voice visualizer or something
That's
like
it,
that.
yeah. Can the TARDIS translate any language then to whatever the Doctor's speaking? Why is the Doctor speaking English? Can the Doctor speak any language?
No. You can speak 27 languages, including baby.
Oh, okay, but the people who are by the baby?
Yeah, you can speak baby.
Okay, but the people who are by the TARDIS, whatever their language is, the TARDIS translates that to their stuff, and the...
Yeah, like there's an 8 episode in Series 7, which is set on a Russian submarine.
Oh, cool.
And so the TARDIS can make the Russians speak English, basically. And to the Russians, it's like the Doctor is speaking Russian.
And the Russians understand what they're saying as well.
Yeah.
That's got to be so confusing for all the villains in Doctor Who. They're going to be thinking, how do they know my language? What on earth is going on?
It's quite
got to be very mad.
Well, look, you'll see it's in Series 4 as well, with the Daleks. They can speak different languages.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Because when Martha goes to Germany, the Daleks are speaking German. Which is quite funny.
But anyway, that episode was great. I love that way more than the Runaway Bride. I think Martha's a legendary companion. She was great in it.
Yeah, she is.
Her character introduction. I think Rose has the best character introduction because of her family, her job, and Mickey was there, and now she's just like a regular person. I know Martha's got some family, and Donna had a wedding, but it's like, not the same really, in my opinion.
No, it's not, is it?
Like Martha's, I know it's only one episode with Martha. Well, I've seen 2 episodes with her in, and we'll get onto that in a sec. But it just is. I think Rose's background is amazing with all the other characters, like her dad, Mickey, and her mom. I think it's very good. That was really amazing. And how she went from working in the shop to dying in her original universe, and then going to another universe, and then becoming this big tortured alien person. That's quite cool. Great arc, amazing arc.
Did you watch the Shakespeare Code?
I was about to say, I watched the one with the witches in. I mean, I liked how it was like voodoo magic nonsense, and then the Doctor says, oh no, they just translate atoms into people's bodies, and I was like, oh cool, a scientific explanation. Yeah, that one was also pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I loved the William Shakespeare banter. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's cool how the witches. Oh yeah, I love the bit where the witches touch the one which touches the Doctor, and he's got 2 hearts, and she's like, oh, he's dead. And then he comes back, and she's like, and the witches are like, ah, and then they get sucked into the ball.
Yeah, that was funny.
How did they end up getting sucked into the ball? I don't get it.
Because what they brought out of it.
Oh, and so that because they're
the
witches
monsters that showed up in the end. Do you know the ones I mean? The flying ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's basically sucked it in like that.
Yeah. Who was the bloke at the start? Was that William Shakespeare's son, the one who gets killed by the witches?
Yeah, I think it's just a random guy.
Random guy to show how bad the witches are. Oh, okay. Because usually in Doctor Who, I didn't think William Shakespeare had a family. He did. He had a son. He said his son Hamlet passed away. But no, to be fair, it happened. It must have happened years ago before that happened in the show. So that guy at the start couldn't have been his son. Otherwise, he'd be grieving about it right there and then. The witches were okay villains. They was a bit stupid and weird, but I suppose it was a good bit of adversity for the Doctor to overcome. Good episode, not as good as the Rhino one. Better than the Runaway Bride, but yeah, pretty decent, pretty good.
What did you think of the Queen at the end?
The Queen? Oh yeah, she comes in after him. Is she annoyed at him because of the werewolf nonsense in season 2?
No.
Oh, why is she angry at him then? Do you find out later in the show why she's annoyed?
You find out in the 50th anniversary.
Oh, that's quite cool. Is it funny or is it just something stupid?
No, it is quite funny
Ah, okay.
because how she was known as the Virgin Queen,
Ah, okay.
and because of the Doctor, she doesn't have that nickname anymore.
Oh.
So you'll find out about that.
Okay. Is it the David
Which is
Tennant
quite
Doctor
funny.
who has it away with her, or is it Matt Smith or someone else?
David.
Oh. What a legend.
So it's quite funny when you watch it.
What a legend. So yeah.
But really, I was going to say, you could watch the second part of Series 7, which is really good, and then watch the 50th anniversary and not have anything really spoiled for you.
Is the no, I'll go through the show normally, to be honest. On Netflix, it's series 1 to 10. They haven't brought out the new Doctor.
Well, I've got Series 11. You could just give that a miss.
Is it really, really crap, as people
Just watch
say?
the first episode of it, and that's basically all you need to know.
No. I'm gonna watch it, and because to be honest, every single show that
Are you sure?
Yes, every single show that I've watched, I've got through the crappy season of Prison Break. You know, I got through season 8 of Game of Thrones. Most of season
it's
1.
worse than Series 8 of Game of Thrones.
No, I'm guessing it. I know it probably is, but still, I can get through it. Trust me. I'll do my best. The thing is, with these segments, I want to look at every single episode. I don't want to give anything a miss. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else you want to mention about those episodes? Pretty decent. I watched a bit of this series 3 episode 4 with the people driving the cars, and they're like, back in the face of Bow universe.
Oh yeah, Gridlock.
I thought he died. Well, this must have been before.
It's basically time travel at its finest. It can turn up anywhere.
So, you know the face of Bow in season 2 then? Will he remember what happened in Gridlock, and that's why he loves the Doctor so much? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you'll find out who the face of Bow might be.
Is the face of Bow a great character, or...?
Is what, sorry?
Is the face of Bow much of a good character, or...?
He is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But he's actually somebody that you've seen before.
Oh, bloody hell. Is he the Rhinos?
In series 1.
Oh. Who could it be? Who could it be?
Yes.
Give me 3 people who it might... No, give me 5 people who it might be.
Oh, 5 people.
Yeah.
The Doctor.
Okay.
Captain Jack.
Okay.
Martha.
Okay.
An alternate universe. Oh, what's it called? An alternate universe. I'll get the name of what the person's called.
Is it the Doctor from season 4 who stays with Rose? No, I mean, is that the person you were going to say? That isn't who I guess.
Yeah, that's
is that who you meant as an option?
That's it. That is option, and then option number 5 is
Mickey Smith.
An alternate. No, there's an alternate universe. Old Doctor who never died and retired.
That one's really convincing, but I think you're doing that as a trick question, so I'm gonna go for Captain Jack.
Right, okay. This might be a bit of a spoiler. I'm gonna send you a clip or something.
I don't mind, to be fair. I'm not too bothered.
Hang on.
I'll watch the clip later, actually. Do you want to move on to the next thing?
Let me just watch it in now, because it will be good to talk about, I think.
Okay. Have you sent it to the Have you sent it through?
I've just sent it to the group chat. Yeah. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong thing.
I don't mean to laugh at that. Sorry, but I'm like, what the hell is going on? How does that have? Yeah.
That was basically just two.
It comes through as World War II, enemies reunited in D-Day anniversary. Oh, I got it right, yes! Alright then.
Just watch it.
No, I'll watch it after.
No, just watch it out because it's a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, alright then.
You made his return quite recently.
Yeah. Wasn't he in the new series?
Yeah. Which is fantastic.
Right then. I've got my headphones in watching it. He's just saluted him. And he's walking off. So is this just a theory? Or is this... No, is this confirmed that he's the face of Bo? He just said, you know what they call me? Then he said, I'll see you. Oh. How does Captain Jack become a massive head then? But how does he become a massive head? Hold on. Sorry, yeah, you can't hear what George is saying.
On the show.
That is mental. Yeah, you didn't miss much, or George wasn't saying much. It was just me reacting to things. But yeah, I can't believe it.
Did it stop?
Yeah, I've stopped it now. I watched the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, that was just... I knew it because he doesn't die. And, you know... And how would the Doctor be the face of Bo? I mean, it's possible because the 50th anniversary and all that nonsense, but I was thinking, how would the Doctor be the face of Bo?
Well, the Doctor can regenerate into anything, really.
Yeah, and I suppose the time is all over the gaff, isn't it? So, yeah, quite cool that Captain Jack's the face of Bo. But how does he die then if he can't die? Did he just eventually die because it had been a million years?
I don't know. I think he just lives on until it basically ends.
No, but he died in the series too.
Oh god, Dr. Richard just posted something that's really funny.
Alright,
this is literally just been tweeted.
So, do you want to review the documentary then?
Yeah, go on.
Alright then, so George told me ages ago to watch The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star, and I said to him, bro, are you mad? Have you gone mental? And he said, no, it's actually good, seriously, watch it. And so I watched it. I've heard some memes about Shane Dawson, but I didn't really know much about him. I know a lot of people seem to like him and think he's pretty cool on YouTube and whatever, so, and as I said, I don't know much about him. So, anyway, it starts off with him in a mansion with his boyfriend, and he, and they talk to each other and mess around with their dogs. I didn't like how they were teasing their dogs. That was a bit annoying, to be honest. A bit stupid. And but then how come he ends up going to this thing with Jeffree Star? Then I can't remember that bit.
We invited him.
He what?
Jeffree invited him to go.
Okay, yeah. And then he was like, oh, I don't know if I should go because Because one thing I want to bring up, why is he so scared of Jeffree Star? Like, I know Jeffree Star ruins lives and all that and gets people to hate on people, but...
It's about how big he is and what he's been portrayed as online before.
What's he been portrayed as, then?
Stuck up, arrogant, angry, and can ruin lives, basically.
Are you scared of him?
No, I'm not scared of him at all.
Oh, would you get
1v1 with Jeffree.
George? He has like the best.
I'll put him in a boxing match.
He has. Oh, in a boxing match, okay. Then I thought you were gonna walk up to him in the street and say 1v1 me, Jeffree. He has the best security with guns on him. So I think you're in a bit of trouble there, George. Unless you become John Wick within however long you're gonna go up to meet up with Jeffree Star. The thing is, the problem is that I've gathered...
I'll just employ Keanu Reeves to help me.
Employ who?
Keanu Reeves.
Well, he's not that tough in real life. I know he's meant to be good at jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but if he's just training with the gi all the time, you know, he ain't... He's going to be alright, but he ain't going to be able to beat Jeffree Star and his security by grappling one person.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Shane Dawson. Why was he so scared of flying? Hasn't he flown before? Like, come on, lad.
No, he ain't.
Oh, I thought him and his partner...
No, it's the first time.
Oh, bloody hell. That private jet looks sick, though, didn't it, man? He had a whole private jet to himself.
I know.
Him and the cameraman all the way up to...
Very cool that was.
Imagine being that rich to get your own private jet, though. I mean, that has got to be epic.
I think he's got 3 houses or something like that.
Shane Dawson's got 3 houses?
No, not Shane. It's Jeffree.
Oh, okay. I was talking about Shane's private jet.
It's not Shane's private jets.
Oh.
It's a private jet that he hired to pick up Shane.
Oh. But Shane got on the private jet by himself at first, and didn't they fly to Jeffree Star?
Yeah, because Jeffree had ordered the plane.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Shane was sitting on the plane, wasn't he? And then Jeffree Star rolled up in his car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if Shane is so scared of Jeffree Star, why does he sort of slag him off in this documentary that he knows is going to go worldwide at some point and say, Jeffree's like the Don Moss, he's like the boss of the mafia, he's scary. Why would you say that about someone who you're scared of and then put it online?
Because it's a joke. Because it's all pre-recorded and they became friends. If it ended on bad terms and he put it in there, could have started something. But Jeffree helped him with it and watched it before he put it out.
Oh, so Jeffree found it quite funny then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Jeffree starts. If there's 2 series he's done with him, basically. He's in the one that you're watching, and then he's in another one.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah. I've only watched The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star so far. As much as Jeffree Star seems a little bit like, I don't mind him dressing up as a woman, but it freaked me out a bit that he had his forehead messed with and changed the shape of his forehead.
Yeah.
That's quite bizarre.
I couldn't figure out how they would have done that.
Yeah, would have they done that without seriously damaging him? I don't know. He's got like loads of. He's got 75 million. It says that's his net worth. So he's got more than enough money to have like crazy operations. But first off, why would you want to do that to your forehead? And second off, like, how would they go about doing that? I mean, do you reckon it's just his idea of perfection looking like that, having all the things messed with? But then, to me, it looks unnatural. So it just even though it might be perfect in some beauty genius's eyes, to a regular person, I don't think that is what perfection is. And perfection is in your character, in your actions, not how you look, really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's been some beef with Jeffree Star very recently in this last week.
What's happened?
His boyfriend broke up with him, basically.
Okay.
And then and then basically stole Jeffrey's money to buy an Aston Martin, which is what I can get from it.
I mean, do you feel a bit bad for him, or?
Well, I feel bad for Jeffree.
That's what I mean, yeah, because it's not really fair. That is
£1 million.
£1 million he stole off him.
Well, that's how much the car was.
Oh, bloody hell, what a dickhead. Well, hopefully, can Jeffree Star get his money back, or can no one do anything about it?
I don't think they can do anything about it at the moment.
Oh, has he just cancelled his boyfriend having the money then? Like cancelled the credit card. So he stole the money first and then bought it, or did he buy it off of Jeffree's bank or whatever?
I think his credit card was still valid.
Oh dear.
He went in and did it.
I mean,
oh God! I've just seen something.
What's happened?
Somebody's doing a arcade machine, like one of those claw machines, full of toilet paper.
I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just sad. It's just getting...
I'm gonna look on the group chat.
Let's have a look. The doctor... Oh. Where did you put it? Oh. Hold on.
It's on the chat.
Toilet paper claw machine. I mean, what is the point? I'm not even going to watch this crap. What is the point?
I just saw it. You're basically wasting toilet paper.
It's stupid, isn't it? Pathetic.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Jeffree Star though in this documentary. As much as Jeffree Star, you know, as much as, you know, he might not say the documentary's perfect or that great, really. You've got to respect Jeffree Star's work ethic, man. Having 10 companies, that is insane.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That is insane responsibility. You know.
It really is.
And I know he's got millions and millions and he could just sell all his companies, but I feel like when you're that rich, it's just something for you to do, isn't it? It's just something to keep you busy.
It is, yeah.
Because one thing I've learnt with this virus, it can get a bit boring. I know he could preoccupy himself, but I feel like this makeup malarkey is what, you know, drives him to do shit, you know, so.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway, so fair, mad...
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, mad respect, him owning 10 companies and mad work ethic. So, anyway, back to the documentary. The plane stuff was a bit weird and cringy. Why does Shane Dawson laugh at everything? Like, I don't really understand that.
I think that's just the way he is.
I don't get it though, he just goes, "We're flying." And it's like... maybe he's just laughing because he's a bit nervous about flying, I don't know. But he laughs at loads of stuff and it's like, bro, are you alright, mate? You know. Never mind. So, all the documentary really is, in my opinion, it's just them... I do respect the practicality, because all it is some bloke following Shane Dawson around with a camera and a few people getting interviewed. So you have to respect how practical they've been with it. It isn't a documentary with millions of pounds going into it. I'd say it's just slap bang average, really, or maybe a bit above average, because... I mean, I got through it, it was watchable, but it wasn't really anything that interesting to me. I'm sure some people might be interested in that sort of stuff, but I suppose it's just cool to see how much... is being earned in this makeup malarkey world, you know. So you've got...
He made quite a lot of money from it.
Yeah. But anyway, so they get to the hotel. Shane's a bit scared of Jeffree's power again. Oh yeah, no, I mentioned this to you when I was watching it. I said, I know it was only a joke, but the fact that Shane complained about being a millionaire and saying, "Oh, I want the Jeffree Star money," it's like, bro, you've got £1 million. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, well, he's joking about that. I don't think he means it.
No, I know, but like, he wasn't really laughing about it though.
I don't know.
And but yeah, so what happens in...
I think I don't Jeffree Star's money.
No, I know, but if you've already got £1 million, then you shouldn't be really worrying about that sort of stuff.
No.
You shouldn't be getting greedy. You shouldn't be getting greedy, you know. You should just be thankful for what you've already got.
Yeah.
But, so, Yeah. Jeffree. So at the end, Jeffree Star and Shane are at the event, and I can't even remember. My brain's going blank. So they're at the event. Shane's really nervous, and he's like, "Oh, they might see me as Jeffree's fat friend or whatever." And then he goes out. All these. I'm a bit worried about how many people just went to see them cut a piece of ribbon. Like,
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people weren't there.
and why were they constantly screaming all the time? Like, what's the matter with them? Like, bloody hell.
It's fangirls, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
what they're like.
Yeah, I know, but it's just.
It's weird. I know it's weird.
You can clap them and go, yeah, woo, 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 and way, yeah, but like screaming constantly at the top of your lungs, that's sort of like worrying, and they're probably paid quite a bit of money to get into this event. I don't know.
I think it was just a shopping mall, wasn't it?
Wouldn't it have costed them any money to see Jeffree Star open this shit?
I don't know. I think being a mall and without many people there, I think it was just basically a meet-up kind of thing, so it wouldn't cost anything.
Fair enough, but I don't know why they'd be screaming like lunatics. It's worrying, really, but is what it is.
I think it was because of big fans.
Yeah, but still, you know.
So when just to be able to go on stage and like One Direction, and you hear their fans.
Yeah, but I don't know, screaming constantly. The thing is with those guys, they're actually singing. You know, they're actually doing stuff on the stage. All he's doing is cutting a piece of ribbon.
I know.
But yeah, overall the documentary was just slap bang average for me. Oh yeah, then he goes home. Shane Dawson goes home, and that's the end. But overall, slap bang average. I might watch the rest of them so we can review the rest of them. I'll see. It was didn't you say that was the best one?
Yeah, it is the best one.
Oh
but
dear.
like, it's interesting, the others.
Oh okay, I'll try and watch.
I mean, it's in just the first episode.
I just saw The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star. That's it.
So not all 7.
No, I haven't seen the other ones.
Oh, you should. You need to watch it because it gets better.
You just said that first one was the best one.
The first one is the best one, but you got some really, really interesting things. In episode 4, how much money that Shane can make just by selling a parrot. A lot of the deals that they've got.
Yeah.
They literally made a $20,000 deal.
Yeah.
Well, no, 25. I think it was 20 million or something like that. Hang on, I'll find it.
It don't matter anyway. So as I say, slap bang average documentary for me.
The $20 million deal.
Fair play to him. Anyway, so is there anything else you want to say about the documentary or?
That if you got a chance, watch the entire thing. This is to everyone because it's worth it.
Fair enough. All right, then the next topic, ghosts. Yeah. So you've got a few. Personally, as I say, I don't really believe in this mumbo jumbo and all that stuff, but you know, you said you've had a few paranormal experiences. So do you want to share them?
Well, one that I saw a black figure. When I was coming back to my house, I saw a black figure standing inside. And I went my house. You've got a door to the hall from the outside, and then in the living room.
No. Talk about a bit more about the black figure first. What was it? What?
Well, the black figure was basically holding the door.
Oh.
Shut, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I couldn't get into the living room.
How could you see the black figure then?
Well, I walked through the window. I could see it standing by the door.
Was you a bit worried then? Was you a bit shocked or?
Well, I wonder what it was. I kept going back and forth thinking it was just a shadow or something.
Are you
But it
sure
wouldn't
that? Are
move.
you sure you just?
It wouldn't move.
Because you know how you're usually up at 5 every morning. Like not
Yeah.
every morning, but like 5 days a week. You're usually up at 5 or whatever.
This was around 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Was this on a weekend? 12 o'clock in the
Weekend
afternoon.
one.
Because I was going to say, if it was on a weekday and you got back from work or whatever, wouldn't you might have been hallucinating because you haven't had like a lot of sleep? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And the door
But
shut, and the
this
door
one
not
over.
opening. That's just the door being stuck. Anyone's house can have the door
Well,
being
the
stuck.
door was hot. The door was basically a bit open, so you could just push it forward, and it would do it. I put my entire body weight against that door.
Well, that just means the door was stronger than you then. No offence.
It's not like that. I've just got the wood floor. It just opens normally. It's never been stuck like anything.
It must have been. It must have been.
Something was pushing against that door against me.
Are you sure it wasn't someone in your family pulling a prank?
There's nobody there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, it must have been an intruder then, and then they just legged it at the last second.
There's nobody there at all. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, decent paranormal story. What's
Have you got any?
Sort of. I wanted to save it for a video, but after you've said yours, I'll say mine. What are the other stories then? I know you've got a few more, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
There was the one where you were.
There's a little metal box sitting on the fourth step up, and I would have heard it if it had been thrown or something. But next time I saw it, it was down on the floor underneath the fire. Complete. It was basically lined up with the fire.
What metal box?
It was just a little. It's just a little metal box that if it just fell down the stairs, it would have made noise, and you would have heard it.
So there was a random metal box put by the fire.
No, I put the metal box there because I might take it upstairs. But next time I went to go and get it, about 10 minutes later, it was lined up with the fire.
Okay.
So it wouldn't. It's literally you wouldn't have been able to get it more square on.
Are you sure your family didn't move it? Are you sure your family didn't move it by the fire?
There's nobody here. Nobody here.
Did you...
And my dad was still at work, and then I'm going to work. I'm getting to work at home.
So it just teleported?
It literally, it was like somebody had picked it up off the stair, put it there, and lifted it, and basically put it perfectly with the fire.
Are you sure it wasn't?
It's not they had taken time to line it up.
Are you sure it wasn't a home invasion?
Well, no, I would have heard the door.
Okay.
If there's anything, because my door's not one of the plastically thin ones that a load of people have nowadays.
Yeah.
Mine's a big door. Like if I go open it now, just listen to this.
No, but they could have come out the back, George. They could have come through the back.
The back door is just the same. It's the same door, but with two locks on the bottom. But literally, I'll open it. You hear this?
Yeah, but what about the back door though?
The back. I'll show you the back door.
No,
I know we're recording and people won't be able to see this. But just look at this back door.
Alright, hold on. Let's have a look. Yeah, they could have come through the garden. They could have come through the garden. They could have jumped over the fence, got in the garden.
No, but you've got that lock. You got a lock up there. Then you got a lock down there.
And all the locks.
So really,
and all the locks are on.
all locks on, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. There's. I don't know what to say. Were you worried then? Were you shocked?
Well, it confused me because somebody had taken the time to line that up.
Are you sure you didn't? What was in the metal box?
Nothing. It's empty, but you'd be able to hear it.
Well, all I will say is, why did they? If it was a ghost, which it wasn't, why did they do that? And are you sure you didn't eat some weird cake or something, some dodgy stuff off someone, like some weed cake?
Well, I'll tell you something now. The person who lived in this house before me, I told my dad that a little girl goes up and down the stairs.
Are you sure they weren't just like lunatics though?
But that's just that little footsteps going up and down the steps.
And have they seen it?
She saw it.
Have you seen it though?
I haven't seen it, but I feel like I feel like she is always watching because in my house.
What?
There can be there's two mirrors, and if two mirrors face each other, that's basically a portal for ghosts and things like that. The ones at the bottom of the stairs, the ones at the top of the stairs.
That is a load of.
And when we've had the fire on, and the house can be boiling. At one time, it was boiling. And going up the stairs, you wouldn't have felt any bit of cold. There's no windows open, nothing. And you felt, and you can feel like a really cold spot. And it was just on this exact point of the stairs, up to basically your waist.
No.
Literally, there is something in this house. Because there's a gateway to the house across the road.
But anyone could. What? Oh, so what do you mean a gateway to the house?
You know, my uncle used to live in the house across from me.
Oh yeah.
When he had experiences in his house as well.
What sort of stories?
And the cousin who lives there now, that they had something. They've had things go on there as well. Don't know the exact things, but I just know they've had basically the same type of stuff I've had.
So do you ever feel worried then?
What were you gonna say?
Do you ever feel like a bit fearful or whatever?
Not of the girl on the steps, because I think she's just playing. But the black.
Why is there a girl walking on the steps then, in your mind? It's like she's playing, I think. Did this girl pass away years and years ago, like 100 years ago, or?
I don't know. I've never really looked into it, but.
Wait, how long has your house even been? How long has your house been built for?
Quite a long time, I think.
Okay.
I'll try and find out. Hang on.
No, but why would there be some ghost walking up and down the stairs? It makes no sense. They'd surely do something better.
It used to be a park.
But surely they'd do something better with their time.
Well, maybe they can't move from that place.
Surely they can.
It has been seen with ghosts that they just go to the same spot every time.
This is just absolute madness now. I don't.
But,
I don't even.
but like,
I mean,
I'm not really that scared of that ghost girl. But that black mass, there's sometimes when you're watching something, you can always feel like a presence by that door. Like I'm looking at it right now.
but that could easily just be in your head though, all in your head.
I'm literally looking at this door right now. I've just put the camera on.
Let's have a look. All right, show me the door then.
I'm looking at it right now. And that one.
George, whenever I've been round, to be honest, whenever I've been round your house, mate, I've never felt a presence, never heard anything, nothing bad at all.
And there's a mirror there, and sometimes I'll see this sometimes on those stairs.
You've seen what?
You can see like a white mist in that mirror.
A mist?
I'm not joking.
A mist? What?
Literally, you can see, like it's like if you put a light on it and you got little wisps of smoke coming off it. It looks like that.
No, but I don't. Are you sure that's not just like some sort of boiling problem?
One of the boilers in my room.
Oh, are you sure there isn't just smoke coming from your room and going down the stairs? I don't know what to say. I don't know. That's just all right then. You've got. Isn't there one more story as well? Something about like when you was a baby, you got tucked in by no one.
Yeah. My parents took me in when I was like 1 year old or something like that. And then when they came back up to do it, I already been tucked in.
It must have been somebody else then. It must have just been. They must have forgot. They must have just done it instinctively and forgot.
I don't know.
Or a home intruder just did it. I don't know.
Well, why would a home intruder come out and took somebody in and leave?
But why would a ghost took somebody in and leave?
Well, my dad thought it was his aunt that passed away, basically.
His who?
His aunt that passed away. He used to really like me.
Oh, that's a shame.
So, like, and I was wave, and he's seen me wave to the door before when I was little. Nobody there in the middle. I sat up and started waving at the door.
But why would a toddler see things though? Because their brain isn't really that developed. So why would they be seeing things? Surely it would be like a developed smart brain.
I read something about this. There we go.
What does it say then?
This is the thing. Why do so many kids see ghosts? And so let's find it. Hang on. I can't find it now. Hang on.
It don't matter anyway. I'll look it up if you want.
I think it was basically because they don't have a lot of thoughts of things like they have like thoughts about going to work and things like that. And they can see and they don't have to think about a lot of things. They have more room in their mind to basically see ghosts. That's what I got from it.
Okay. Any more ghost stories then?
No, that's it.
That's it. To be honest,
it's time for your one now then.
Oh yeah, Mike. Well, it's not even a ghost.
Hang on. Yeah. Sorry.
Was that an advert or was that someone coming in to talk to you?
No TV program.
Oh, a TV program. Oh, okay. No, it was a ghost.
I sat on the remote.
No, fair enough. So it's not even a ghost story, but I'll tell you anyway. It's just a really weird thing that I can't explain. And personally, I think all this stuff is a load of mumbo jumbo, but it's quite entertaining to listen to, and some of it is interesting. There are quite a few people who believe in ghosts. At the end of the day, it is just a belief. I don't mind what people say, but I personally don't believe in this ghost nonsense. I believe there is some sort of afterlife. Personally, I believe it. I know there's a good possibility that there's nothing, and this is all that there is. But like, I do believe that there might be something, but I believe it's like a totally different dimension or universe. So you can't cross over and mess around and go. Buh, 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 buh. You know, that's just my personal opinion. That's my personal belief. So yeah. Anyway, so back in 2013, I was friends with these geezers on Xbox. This geezer called Luke. Luke the hip hop, sorry, not the full name, and this geezer called Chris. His name on Xbox was Killer Chris. Cool geezers, you know them, don't you, George?
Yeah, I know.
I became really good friends with them on Xbox, and both of them had like the one dude was born like deaf, like he had, but they put something in like this cream in his ears or whatever. They found a way to make him hear again because he wasn't like insane.
Put cream in his ears.
No. But they found a way to make him hear again, and the other dude was born with brain damage. So I felt like, I don't know, like I just wanted to help him and talk to him and have a laugh with him. You know, you remember Luke the Hip Hop? He was a good laugh.
Yeah.
You know, even though he had.
I don't even know what happened to him. To be honest.
I'll tell you about I'll tell you after the podcast what happened to him. But it's nothing. It's nothing bad. He's still alive. Nothing. But I'll tell you what his situation is currently. But I can say what happened with that Chris bloke. He's got he's with this woman now, and they've had a baby, and the baby hasn't got any problems at all, which is nice. So that's what they told me anyway. And he's got his own place, so that's really nice for him.
At least that ended well for him then.
He has really ended up quite well, and he's learning to drive now. So, but yeah, so anyway, but this was back in 2013, and what happened was, one of my mates told the dude who had like brain damage to swear at his sister, and she was quite upset about it. His sister was. So he ended up having to block everyone, and then Chris had to block everyone. Well, block loads of people. But I did say, you know, goodbye, mate, you know, respect and all that. But then I was just really, really, really gutted about it, because I was like, oh man, you know, I want to help these people and have a laugh with them. Oh, it's such a shame. But I was just ridiculously gutted about it.
Sorry, I missed out. So what did somebody tell him to do?
They told that Luke geezer, who had brain damage who was born with brain damage, to swear at his sister.
Sorry, Chris's sister.
No, Luke's sister, at his own sister. So anyway, I was really gutted about it, and I went to sleep one night, and I had a dream that I went to to Luke Sowers' house. I mean, sorry to say his full name, Luke's house, and I was having a laugh with him and Chris. And I walked around the living room. I looked outside, and I just had a laugh with him. Then I woke up, but years and years later, because basically I became friends with him again, and how I became friends with him again was I said to Chris, I got in touch with him on Xbox, and I just said to him, tell them I'm a different James or something. Tell Luke's family. And they thought I was a different James at first, but then they found out I was the original James. Who this was like 4 months after the thing happened, and then there was like, oh, he's all right. It doesn't matter about what happened those months ago. And then early 2015, I went to meet up with them. Met up with Chris first, then went to Luke's house, and I entered his house, Luke's house, and it looked exactly like it did in the dream.
Oh, God, I remember telling you about you telling me about that. I was quite weird.
Yeah. So
I want to see that same.
So I went in the living room. The settees were exactly set out how they were in the dream. The telly was exactly how it was in the dream, and the extension for the garden and the garden was exactly how it was in the dream. And people did say to me, well, didn't you talk to him on Skype a few times and you saw his house? And I said, not when I had this dream. And also, all I saw was Luke's head in his bedroom, like with a wall in the background. I didn't see his living room or anything really, or the garden or anything. So I was absolutely stoked. I didn't tell anyone this, obviously. I just had a laugh with them, but I was thinking, how did I have a dream?
Check quickly.
Oh, sure.
I haven't watched it. Basically.
Yeah, no, I already saw this, George. I already saw it. No, I didn't dox anyone. I didn't say where he lived. I just said his full name. No. Never mind. But yeah. So I'm not saying that it's some sort of paranormal ghost gobbledygook or hokum or whatever. But I am saying I have no explanation for how I had this vision. I have no explanation how I looked, how I knew what his house looked like. And the thing is, I'm being brutally honest now. I don't blame everyone if they don't believe. Like George, I'm not having a go at your stuff, but yours just sounded like mental stuff. To be honest, I'm not being rude, but it sounded like a joke. It sounds like a prank. But you believe
I know
it.
what you mean.
Yeah, but like this, what I'm saying now, it does sound a bit mental. But like people have had visions. But I don't know. I don't blame anyone if you think I'm talking bollocks or if you don't believe me, but all I'm saying is I don't believe in all this nonsense and this hokum, and I'm saying this. So at the end of the day, you don't have to believe me, but that's my story of the weirdest dream that I've had. Have you got anything else you want to add about ghosts and all that nonsense or all that stuff?
If you've ever seen anything, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you've seen any ghosts, join the Discord and tell us, and we can talk to you about it if you want to.
Oh yes, I forgot we got the new Discord out.
Yeah, a few cheeky members. But yeah, we can talk about it. We can do a podcast about it if you want. Okay, so the last thing I want to bring up then, unless you've got anything else, I don't. You've just said your last point. So.
Definitely have.
Alright then, so the final point is, this is just dropped on you right now, George, but a celebration for George's channel, 5 years.
Oh, thank you, man.
Fair play. Just out of interest then, do you reckon you'll ever get any, like, more high-level equipment, like a DSLR Canon or a 4K or a camera or a Handycam and some editing?
Well, I have got a DSLR camera, but I haven't got the battery pack to basically charge you up and film with it.
Oh, so you have been trying to improve things then?
Yes, I have been trying to improve things.
Fair
plus
play.
The little chip won't go into my computer basically. So
I'm
trying to figure that out.
Oh, you mean the SD card?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at my camera right now, and the SD card is the only thing you can have. Maybe you can plug something into a side of the camera and upload the stuff that way.
Yeah. And let me get the camera. I'm hoping it's fair. I think it is.
Just show me, yeah.
I'm hoping it's there. Behind everything.
But I can't see any plug or any sort of port thing, to be honest. There is an AV signal, AV out digital and a HDMI on the side of mine. And it says HDMI out and AV out, A/V out digital. So.
I haven't really looked at it. I see it and gone. I've got it. Yeah, I need a new battery thing for this to see.
Alright then. Well,
I lost it.
Well, if I was you, all I will say, what sort of phone have you got first?
The phone I've got is a Motorola.
if you want to do something in like a cheaper, cost-effective way on a Windows computer, it's probably best to get Movie Maker or something, or get some Sony Vegas or whatever, even though they're quite hard to use. Personally, if I was you, when you get a proper job, like if you get your apprenticeship at the end, or if you do something else, get an Apple Mac computer and get a decent camera and just upload your stuff to that computer, because Final Cut is such an easy piece of... Final Cut's so easy to use. Didn't you use it in school because you did media as well, didn't you?
I think we did. If you turn the camera on,
I can see. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's more of an old star one. What's the SD card look like?
I'll show you. Hang on.
I know this is weird that George is showing me stuff on the podcast and no one can see what's going on, but this is important information.
It's one of them.
Oh man. FC. Yeah, you'll probably need an Apple Mac for one of them, to be fair. Unless your laptop...
It's a 16 GB.
Unless your laptop's got one of them things it can stick into.
Well, I've tried doing it before and it won't fit in.
Okay.
Basically.
Then you'll probably need an Apple computer or a different... If you want to be able to fit it into a Windows, you're going to need a wire with it. You're going to need a wire with a camera.
I'll show you. I've got the computer here.
Is there any other ports there?
It's way too big.
Okay.
No, I don't think there is any ports.
Okay.
There's some ones. I don't know if I can get a...
You could get... see if there's any... I'll show you what I've got after the podcast finished, but there's this extension thing that you can get with some of the computers. But I'll show you after the podcast finishes.
It's kind of like an extension, I was thinking.
Yeah. So, you know that you've been doing... What sort of content are you planning on doing then once you get more advanced software and stuff?
Well, I want to do a bit of gameplay. I will keep doing the videos I do already.
So, like reviews and Doctor Who stuff?
Yeah, well, I'm going to make a fourth part to an old series that I had on the channel.
Okay, fair enough.
Which I think will be quite nice.
Yeah.
And just carry on from there. I want to get a Switch and try and do gameplay off that.
Yeah. Would you I know this isn't YouTube related, but would you ever go into Twitch streaming or any of that malarkey or?
Yeah, I think I would go into Twitch streaming.
Fair play. You can make good money off that, but
it
is majorly competitive, man. So.
Yeah, well, I've done this new video. Basically thanking everyone and talking about old videos and things like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good video, to be fair. It was a good, heartfelt speech, to be honest.
Yeah. But I had to upload it in the end.
Yeah, because originally there was a massive premiere, and then it was like me and Aaron was like, "Yes, it's out. Let's watch it." And it was just no audio. It was like it was a mime.
I don't know what's wrong with my computer. It doesn't record audio at the moment.
Yeah.
Which I can't figure out why. But yeah, I had a backup and I uploaded that, and that's got 9 views at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
I gained a brand new subscriber.
That's good. To be honest, you know, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, it doesn't really matter how many views and subs you get, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the podcasts are some of the least viewed stuff on the channel, but that doesn't matter too much. We enjoy doing them, you know.
Yeah, well, the thing I want to do is when you've got up with Doctor Who, I'd like to basically do an episode review.
Which episode?
Well, we could go through series 12 when you get up to that.
Well, to be honest, there's only series 1 to 10 on Netflix, but they'll probably add series 12 by then.
Well, I've got series 11 on DVD.
Yeah.
and I probably will get Series 12 when it comes out on DVD.
Fair dues.
And when we get to the series finale of Series 12, I will be going on a very big rant.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but I have got a new video coming out this week, I'd say, which I uploaded a couple of months ago. I uploaded my best Doctor Who series. That was 8 months ago. I uploaded that, but now we've got Series 12. I want to redo that, so I own another one of the best Doctor Who series coming out.
Yeah.
And then I'll have my worst Doctor Who series coming out, where I'm about to choose out of like all the episode ones. I have to pick the worst out of them. Like a sneak peek now, my worst series episode 1 is Deep Breath.
Oh, okay.
Which is Capaldi's first episode. Like, and I will be doing things like that.
Fair play to you, man. And as you said on your video, here's to another 5 years. Fair play.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we can wrap up there anyway. So, yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.